You just tuned it in. Global and worldwide. Hitting you on the one with no delay. Because it's the Fighter's Voice. The Fighter's Voice. With your fighting host, Richard-Ortiz. And the formidable co-host, Mr. Cole-Escovedo. Remember, every fighter has a voice.
All right, guys, you heard the tagline, every fighter has a voice, and so do you. Welcome to the Fighter's Voice radio show, guys. I'm your host, Cole-Escovedo, filling in for Richard. Richard's running a little late, guys. Traffic in Fresno is horrendous. He's running a little late, but we didn't want to make you guys wait, so we're going to get going. We've got our guest today, Paul-Elizondo, fighting straight off the Copa Combate card in Fresno Save Mart, right?
Yes.
How'd you like it?
It was awesome.
Man, that was on, Univision?
I believe so.
Yeah.
And DAZN app?
Yeah, the DAZN. Yeah. That's becoming like the new thing. DAZN is like the new thing now. Like that's gonna be like the next mobile viewing, the next like fighter pass thing, but for like boxing and stuff, and they're gonna incorporate mixed martial arts into it. Okay, so they're doing like what they did with the Fighters Pass and bought up like Invicta, Olympus, all that stuff, and just started throwing them in there and said, look, you can get all these cards now. We own the footage to it. They're doing that with Bellator and with Copa and stuff.
Boxing, and then they have all these different soccer, baseball, all these other sports.
Oh, okay.
That's the big deal Canelo went with, right?
Yeah, there's been
Canelo's
commercials
only
with
fighting
him.
at
He's got
DAZN.
like the DAZN logo on his belt and stuff.
Yeah.
I hear it at work. I don't actually see the commercial. I just see it. I don't hear it.
In order to watch Canelo, is it only through DAZN now? There it is. So they cut out
That's
HBO,
what that signing was about.
Showtime and everything.
Yeah, they didn't really cut out HBO.
HBO just cut themselves out. But
HBO just said, we're done with this market. It's not making us money anymore.
It's free the first 30 days.
Yeah. Well, they got me already.
And $10 after that.
So it costs you $120 a year?
Think about that's 2 pay-per-view cards a year.
That is. And you get those pay-per-view cards.
Get them off.
And even my
But
fight.
it's only on your phone, though.
No, my
Xbox.
TV actually has it hooked up.
Well, so you could, like, search it through your phone thing. Oh, man.
TV, some of it already comes with that app.
All right, well, I know UFC, you guys heard that. You better step your game up. Your Fight Pass thing's got a little competition coming.
UFC is with ESPN Plus now, too.
Oh, well, they just made that new merger thing, too. That's why Dana White was talking about Bisping's coming over. He's going to be one of the announcers for it, for the ESPN deal. Dana was saying that's actually a big thing, jumping to ESPN. Before, they had, like, no real... I mean, they had real marketing and real stream and mainstream and control and stuff of it, but there was no real acceptance as a whole. To have ESPN step up and go, hey, we're gonna take you on.
It's even going to open up the door for the veteran fighters or even the up-and-coming fighters to get on that podium because, man, it drives me crazy when I see, like, Shannon Sharp talk about MMA. It's like, dude, you have no idea. I don't belong on there talking about the line of scrimmage.
Exactly.
You talking about in the cage.
Exactly. That's why you don't hear me talk about football or crafts or I don't talk about stuff I don't know. Like that's just the science of it. We can talk fighting in casinos. Let's knock it out. Q&A time. But the ESPN thing is like one of those major steps, and like with the Reebok deal, the ESPN is one of those things where they're like, okay, we've got real brand recognition as far as media exposure of our product now. So I do hope they replace those guys. So I don't really think replace them, but I'm with you on that. They need to bring in people that, and not the existings. Like,
really?
I don't care. He'll beat me up. I don't care. Bisping's not really that good. Okay. They need to bring it. Like Florian was good for a while, but he's kind of moved on. He's doing some other thing now where he's like on the stage of the set. Dude, I can't remember what the name of the segment is. He's moved on to a whole nother segment now where it's like they talk MMA and they talk other stuff.
Gotcha.
But like you need to put guys on there that actually like know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean, Cruz is pretty good at that. He's nice sex, but I mean he's that good for a reason. He's doing his own thing. Right?
Exactly. But he would be good on your like, here's our cage corner to break down. Like, you know what the Gracies do with the jiu-jitsu submission. If there's a window, like, here's how we set it up.
Like how Tom Hardy does with that big old screen.
Yeah, he draws on it. It's kind of like the John Madden thing. So, I mean, he doesn't do it as good in John Madden. Nobody will ever do it as good in John Madden. Yeah. So, but...
Little Giants.
Right? So, tell me about it. You got a nice submission win in your fight. Speaking of fights.
Yeah.
It was this Friday. Hey!
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Rich?
Yeah.
There's the man.
Hi, baby.
There's the man.
How's it going?
It's going good, my man. What's up, baby? Shoot.
So we were just asking Paul about his submission win this past Friday at Copa.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's what we were
beautiful.
Just leading him
Paul's
into
the real
it.
deal.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Fighting traffic. Even the fighter's voice got to fight constantly, fighting traffic, but we're here, so which means I won. How's that seat feel, Cole?
It's comfy.
That's right.
It's comfy. I like your headphones.
Yeah.
They're nice.
They did have, I tried them on right now. I was like, damn.
Oh, did you?
They're pretty nice. I could see why they walk
okay.
off.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I had to come over here, and I wanted to take mine with, but we
That's
couldn't
okay.
make them
I feel
all.
like Spock right now talking to the Captain Kirk.
Jeez, it is. It's like that.
Yes.
So when you hit your submission, did you feel it was one of those? Because you always get guys that are like, oh, we work on these certain submissions, things like that, and then there's times in the fights where it's just it landed. Do you feel it was one of those, or do you feel it was a scramble? Do you feel it was something you were looking for?
No, he. I mean, in my amateur days, it was either 2-minute rounds or 3-minute rounds. So once I got in that position, there was like 30 seconds left, so the buzzer would be done. But
Yeah.
This guy went through the whole first round, which Nathan Napolitano.
Yeah.
I give that man props because I try to focus on dominant position. Gravity wins. I mean, if I could get away from the submission, my gravity punches will win coming down.
Yeah.
And I mean, when they're facing me, all they have left is to face the bottom. But it took him a while to swallow up his pride and go belly down.
Yeah, there's that fine line where you're like, I can get out of this, I can get out of this, I can get out of this. Okay, I'm not getting out of this. I'm like, okay, I need an exit plan. Because an exit plan allows you get to your knees, get to your side, get away from the punches, buck them forward, something.
Yeah.
So
When he went belly down, it reminded me of Hoist Gracie. And at his last fight with my guy here, just over the top, and he said he felt like he was just crushing his skull.
Yeah.
That's
where they started those back of the head rules from. They just realized how much damage that even to the side of the head. Did you hit someone's side of the head on the ground? That's not good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were talking about that fight, and then we were talking when we were off. We were talking about past fights. It was Chick Chansey.
Yeah.
It was
a quick fight for me. It was like 40-something seconds
something
in the
like
first
that.
round.
Yeah.
Richard announced the fight in the cage. He announced my name and everything. But yeah, that was a good fight. That fight, I don't even remember. That was like my second fight. My first and my second fight, I don't remember going in there.
Yeah, so we were talking about how we ran into each other at the bar after at Chick Chansey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I was telling him, I was like, yo, you should go pro. And he was like, we were talking about, I was like, was that fight at there? He was like, yeah. And they were talking about this ring girl that was with her. I was like, yeah, that was that night.
Okay, there was.
So there was that night.
Yeah.
So at least the advice worked.
It did.
And that's,
It did.
I told you. So it was, so you did something in that fight where, like, we were talking about the commentary before or something. I'm like, this is going to be over real fast. It had something to do with the camp and stuff and who you were fighting, records and things like that, past fights.
Yeah, I just smashed him.
Yeah, it was over really fast. And I'm like, this guy needs to just go. Because that wasn't your first amateur fight. That was like, what? Second. And I was like, at that point, they were only requiring you to have like, 2 or 3 fights or like a decent amount of records.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what the camo requires anymore. It's gotten so goofy.
No record. I mean, even to be a professional fighter, I think there's like 20 coaches or 200 coaches in California where
they can sign you off.
Fighter to sign it off.
Oh, cool. At least they've lightened up on that.
Yeah,
Hey, I did wanted to touch up on that. When I said Hoist Gracie, I was referring to Matt Hughes. Remember when he had him at the very end? When he had him kind of
all
spread
stretched
there.
out.
And you know, with the exception of these guys really not going toe-to-toe, it was almost looking at Conor McGregor and Khabib. The way he just kept taking him down. And for a while, McGregor was relentless. He was kind of getting up, even though he was taken down.
Yeah.
So that's what it kind of reminded me of, exactly.
Burning the juice out of him?
Well, yeah, especially the tap part. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
But there wasn't a moment in a fight when they were standing toe-to-toe.
Oh, okay.
Not really. He tried to create his distance and kind of came out like Conor a little bit.
Yeah.
Very elusive. We talked to the gentleman, and for not taking anything away from your victory, but if you know his story, I thought he did pretty well. I mean, he did pretty well, and he had every chance to quit, and he didn't. That second time you slammed him, I saw his neck just kind of. I was thinking, oh, that's it. Honestly, there was a look on his face because I'm looking at both the cage and the screen.
Yeah.
I thought he was out. I mean, the oohs and ahs.
Yeah,
the
same
first
here.
slam, he got air.
That was right. I was just noticing your hat, too.
No,
Dude.
check this out. He dropped it off today, and he says, let me know what you think before I make more. And I personally,
nice.
I like it, but these are the ones that go on the beanie caps. I like it a little bigger, though. It's a dying breed. Larry came all the way.
Yeah, maybe a little bigger, but that'd be
Yeah.
about it. Not too much,
Yeah.
because the smaller it is, the more you got to really look and see what it says.
Less is more, as you know the rule.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
That's why I
But we
try to
got-
tell the ladies, but it just.
Remember, we're on the radio show, not
That's
the
what,
podcast.
man. See, that's why we know. We had this conversation earlier. We're
Right.
safe.
Yeah.
We had
Hey,
this
man,
conversation.
And
what
you
do
know
got
what?
against little people?
No, I got nothing against little people. Shoot. My first wife, she tried to say she was 5 foot. She was 4'11", dude. No, she was. And I looked
Hey.
on her license. It said 5 foot. And I go, you know you're not 5
petty
foot.
down to the inches.
Yeah.
That's when you know you did someone wrong. When they're just like,
man.
mm-mm. Rich is like, no, you were 4'11".
No,
you
exactly.
weren't. No, you didn't even make 5 feet. Roller coasters?
Nah.
No.
No, actually, yeah.
You couldn't even go to Six Flags with her, huh? I bet that was
she
a
went,
pain.
but I think she like on her tippy toes or something like that back then.
Could you imagine having your date, like just going like this, and you're like,
well, it wasn't a
stretch.
date. Actually, she was a mom. We took the kids.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so the kids could go, but she couldn't.
Yeah, Richie was taller than her, but but she made it in there though. Her than me, because I'm not getting on roller coasters. Let's change that subject before.
You don't like roller coasters?
Huh?
You don't like roller coasters?
No, we don't get along. I mean,
I feel you.
We have a relationship,
They
but
don't like you?
it's a up and down.
It's an up and down relationship,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Man, I'm good for like one solid roller coaster, but
That's all it takes.
try C-bands.
Oh, okay.
Try C-bands. I try them. They're for cruise ships or motion sickness. If you put them on ahead of time and kind of just.
Are those the middle ones that put like pressure on it?
Yeah, they're little with like it had a little plastic nub and
I
it
like
pushes
that watch
into a
right there,
pressure
man.
point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Everybody, you know who had a really nice watch? What was that cat's name that came in with the posse?
Uh-oh.
The boxer. Remember he had that group of young gentlemen with him. They were all just his entourage.
Oh yeah, that was Brian Lua.
Yeah, he had a watch.
I forgot to bring my entourage.
Brian Lua.
You got a lot. Bring your entourage. We love it when they come out.
Yeah, hey, bring them.
You got it.
I mean, can I go there?
Sure.
You had an entourage at the bar, but it's all good though.
Everybody
You
has
keep
an
it there.
entourage at the bar after you win. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Everybody
night.
does.
What do you mean? Oh, you go. Oh, that was you.
No. I was like, Save Mart Center didn't have a bar.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. Let's not
Okay.
get too detailed.
Yeah, you got it.
But you know what amazes me today? I'm reading someone's Instagram, and you know what they said?
Yeah.
Every fighter has a story. I'm like, oh my gosh, really? Really? Okay.
Imitation
Okay.
is the best form of flattery.
Thank you. You're watching. Just ask for it. I'll let you borrow it. It is what it is.
You can borrow my copyright.
I'm done
name.
throwing jabs, but that one just kind of blew me away a little bit.
Well, that's when you see things like that pop up, it's good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So so how was traffic? Beat you up a little bit today?
Man, you know what? I think we're gonna take commercial, man. That's all you.
Oh, we are. I love having that there. I love having that there. That's
good.
It's a good segment stop. It's a good feed in stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll cover our sponsors when we come back from commercial break, guys. So listen up. Next, you got about 15 seconds. Walk away. Go get some coffee. Get a drink. Use the restroom. Whatever you need to do. We'll be right back, guys, with the Fighter's Voice. Welcome, Rich. We're glad you could go. It's awesome.
Hi, I'm Oscar De
I'm Bob Arum.
Hi, I'm Robert Garcia, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
The only radio show.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. You're listening to the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show, the only show that knocks everybody out and the only show that allows the fighter to be himself with more just than an 8-minute segment. We're giving our guest, Mr. Paul. Say your last name again, man.
Elizondo.
I know. I wanted to say Escovedo, but I'm going, who is that? I almost said that. Paul-Elizondo. Paul-Elizondo.
Say it like an A, right? Say it like an A
instead
and
of
you'll
the
go.
E in the beginning, put
Right.
an A at
That
it.
has like a championship sound to it.
It does, right?
It really does, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hey, forgive me for being late, but you know what? I was in a fight on my way over here with traffic. And I'm going to go there. Certain people should just not drive during the holidays.
Every fighter has his voice.
Yes, and so do you. Yes, and so do you. And what I'm saying is I'm real with the Christmas spirit, but when I'm in late, I don't need jingle bells all over my car and roll down my window. I don't want to buy a mistletoe. I'll get one. I'll cut them off my weeds off my car and I'll hang it, off my tree and we'll make it happen. Enough said, I just had to vent a little bit. Cole-Escovedo was standing right here on the chair and he made it happen. Didn't miss a beat. Oh, it's warm.
It's warm. It's
yeah.
warm.
Yeah, as long as you got cologne too.
I wanted to warm it up with cologne.
Yeah,
I wanted to warm it up just before you got in.
Warming up with some paying the rent on those bills, my man.
Man, paying the bills, keeping the lights on, keeping the mics bright, guys. We've got Dying Breed apparel. Hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
I just this is just the older ones, just really comfortable. Like I've got them broken in. I'm still trying to.
I did
break
hit
in
him
the
up
new
about
one.
the long sleeve. He said I'm way ahead of you.
Oh, dude, you're the man. I love it. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
So Dying Breed apparel, Bobby Salazar salsa. Still some of the best salsa I've tasted. Haven't tasted it in a while. But
I had some this weekend.
is it good?
Oh, did you?
Oh, man.
We'll
What'd you
make sure
have?
we have some for you
Had
tomorrow.
everything.
Don't
What'd
say
you-
that.
what'd you-
She just dropped off a whole case.
Did he?
They're in the refrigerator right now.
It's nice, man. I'm telling you. Red Wave Tattoo and Art Gallery. Remember, guys, hit up Rico. Mention the Fighter's Voice. Get 10% off your next tattoo. Batcave Boxing, Coach B. Remember, he's got an Instagram. If you want to set up an appointment today, just make sure you're ready to work. Like, don't go and say, oh, I want to get in shape for that. Be in shape. Like, this isn't the guy to go to get into shape. It's the guy to go to get yourself to the next level of shape for whatever you're doing. Also, guys, remember, that's Coach B, at Coach B 1971 for Instagram. Thumbs up for Richie Productions, as always, doing the dream.
Yes.
Medical guys, fight needs, neuros, bloods, things like that. Dr. Batista and Dr. Guzman up
Did
at
you
North
say Dr. Petita?
Yeah, Batista. It just burrowed itself out of my face.
You're thinking of UFC, man.
No.
You're thinking of that last fight you got locked in you.
Probably.
Yes.
Dr. Batista and Dr. Guzman, North Fresno Primary Care. They're the ones that you want to go see for doing like blood works, neuros, things like that. And as always, the defense attorney with the right hook. Miles Harris, Esquire, guys, handling all the serious cases, all the real nasty ones when you need someone in your corner that's going to fight for you and your freedom. He's the guy you want to hit up. He's got an office down on Kern Street, downtown Fresno. Look him up today. Miles Harris, Esquire, defense attorney.
Yes. Drive and drink responsibly. No, don't drive. Don't drink and drive. Drink responsibly. Let me fix that, okay? No, you got to fix that. Listen, my man, I was thinking about what question to ask you on the way over here because we got some news that's just kind of taken over. I mean, I'm sure you watched the MMA events this weekend besides yourself. I mean, with the UFC, and I know Cole's going to touch on that right now with Cole's beatdown. But I want your take after Cole breaks it all down. I want your take on the victory, on the wins, and some of the news because I want it coming out of someone that's been in the cage since locked.
Sweet. So
whenever you're ready, take it away, my man. On Cole's beatdown.
Got it down for my beatdown time. I was just about to cover that, man. We covered a little bit of it. Did you? Just like a hair. We covered like one of the topics.
Okay.
It was we were talking about the Copa stuff and things like that.
It was great. Great recap.
But today's news things that come up in UFC, you've got, we talked about Conor and Khabib. Neither one of them are going to get here in the commission hearing. They're both getting them continued just because Conor got his continued for his hearing with Mike Chisa. Yeah. That got continued. So until the results of that hearing can come out, the Athletic Commission can't hand down any type of punishment. They can't because they have to base it on it's like reverse civil suit. You won the criminal case, but you're going to lose the civil one, wrongful death kind of thing. So
like OJ,
kind of. They've got to wait. They can't punish them until the state and legal stuff is now. They can go, okay, so you were found guilty of A, B, and C by law. So as far as violations of your Athletic Commission regulations and stuff, you're in violation of this. So that's not going to happen. But what we are going to get is John Jones had a hearing commission today, real quiet like. And he was going on there talking about wanting to get his license reinstated, wanting to end the suspension so that he could fight on. It was a 233 or something, like 4 or 5 cards from now.
Did I miss something again that happened to him?
No,
I thought he was on the card.
It was
wants to get cleared up.
It was trying to get it all cleared up and get the okay from the Athletic Commission because the Athletic Commission could still have turned around today and said, nah. Okay. And then they had got to pull him off. They didn't say he was going to be on the card. They had said, this is the card we're shooting for him. It's like January or something like that, I think. And so they did. They reinstated his license. So as far as the Athletic Commission is concerned, he can actually take a sanctioned fight now. Okay. So you'll probably see him back in like the first part of 2019 as far as what his plans are, because he was probably already in shop working on this, probably getting the phone calls and the text saying, hey, it'll be fine, don't worry, this is like formality stuff, you got to go. Because why have the hearing if you're going to tell him no? Exactly. It's one of those things, like it's behind the scenes kind of stuff. So unfortunately, I say unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, but I just hope, because he said it, then one of the things I read in the article, which was really cool, is it said that the Athletic Commission reinstated him and was also going to work towards, what was the word they used? Something his career. Something about like fixing his career and wanting them to, basically they found a way to get the Athletic Commission involved with rebranding him. Does that make sense? Like they're going to do what they can to recreate his image, help get him back some of the tarnished image he's created with these different things. So I imagine in the future we'll see like some
time to heal itself.
Yeah, well, we're going to see like some community service type stuff, maybe some youth programs that the Athletic Commission is going to be involved with. Say, hey, go do this. And we'll kind of work with you a little bit. So they're going to try to, I think, help cross promote because let's be honest, Jones needs all the help he can get with fixing his image, and that's just the way it is. There's that. One of the big things that we're going to see is that Dana White's pushing for McGregor versus Eddie Alvarez as far as before a Khabib rematch that they are wanting to do, which is what everyone was kind of like
What's
talking
your take
about.
On that?
Eddie Alvarez is becoming kind of that fluctuating gatekeeper type guy. I think a guy like Alvarez, since he's already fought Conor, might be like, nah, but he also might say, yeah. Like, we fought him once and we lost, but we know what we did wrong.
Alvarez will say yes. Yeah, but Conor's and I'm like, come on, bro.
Man, if I was Conor, it's from the same concept of why have the rematch with Diaz? You know what I mean? Like, nobody really wanted to see it right away, but then it was at a weight that was comparable for Conor. It was to his advantage. For Conor to get back on this W, which he's not. He's got, 2 losses in a row? He had the Mayweather loss, and then he had this one.
Speaking of Conor, the news came in that his, I don't know if you touched on it, about his corner. He said he couldn't fully commit to him if he takes another fight. So he said, why not boxing? And he left a question mark.
That's true.
He's trying to mess with everybody's head again.
Probably any rumor out there that Conor can put out there right now that gets his name out there is something that they're going to want to do. And I think it's just any rumor is a good rumor for him because he's out of real options. Yeah, he lost a fight that you walked in there and just act like he was going to bowl over Khabib and stuff and this and that and take his belt back. And then he just kind of crashed.
Yeah.
Fighting Alvarez again is a fight he can win. It's a fight he should win.
Yeah. And a fight as if to say, okay, Alvarez, we'll see you later.
Yeah, or they're telling Eddie, hey, you want a chance to kill a king, here's your chance. Because to be on a 2-2 loss.
Sign with one.
But with the dealings we've been seeing with one and UFC and the fighters that are all of a sudden losing their contracts and going over and the fighters that they're sending over like Aspen and stuff.
Did we go a whole 10?
Jams.
We did, man. It jams. The time's flying by. I didn't mean to
Dude, it is. No, it's okay. But I could see some cross-promotion stuff there, which I was kind of trying to thumb through it while we were doing that. I'm just stuck on the Mayweather thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just something that Dana want, but it's not something they're going to get. He's probably, it says right here, he missed the boat to UFC New York.
That's Dana's statement.
Yeah, kind of thing. So he probably didn't say yes fast enough.
Yeah.
Or had to say no and didn't want to tell them, hey, I'm signed with one.
Okay.
Because they might have offered him a recontract.
Okay.
But there's that, and then the last thing that I was going to cover was the Mayweather thing. That's probably something we'll just talk about tomorrow on the podcast.
Yeah.
Because that gets me so irate, that whole topic and what finally came out of it, that I think it's better for the podcast because I'm going to get all fired up about it. And
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And, I wanted to say this, okay? First of all, congratulations, Max. That was a great victory, man. I mean, he took the young kid to school. And now his options are open. And we'll talk about it in that last segment. Max Holloway, I'm talking about. I mean, congratulations on that victory. I mean, his options are completely open. And, we're taking commercial break. Go ahead and take care of your business. Come right back here because we'll be here. Remember, every fighter has a voice, and so do you.
Hi, I'm Oscar De La Hoya.
I'm Bob Arum.
Hi, I'm Robert Garcia, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
The only radio show knocking out the competition. The Fighter's Voice Radio Show.
Hey, we're welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, you're listening to the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio, knocking out the competition. Mike, my man, is back here in studio with a whole recap of this weekend's MMA, boxing farewell, you name it. Mike's going to touch on it. So any questions, please leave your comments, my man, to my big man, Mike, right here. Welcome to the show, Mike.
What's up? So, yeah, this weekend.
Jump right into it, my man.
This weekend was a great weekend for just straight combat sports. The MMA event Paul was a part of on Friday. Incredible Copa Combate.
Copa Combate was on hit, bro.
As we've talked about many times, we're not supposed to show emotion, but some of those fights got us jumping up.
Well, they were kind of cool because the ones that when we were sitting at the media point, they were cool. They were jumping up with us. I mean, and I did jump up on that knockout.
But it was more of not like, oh yeah, he got him. It was like, oh my, did you just see that? That's how we did it. I mean, I was like, oh.
And by the way, not to change the subject, I did count how many punches he took.
6 or 7, right?
3 too many, in my opinion.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Yes.
For $100,000 though, you don't want to say.
Well, see, that's what I was talking about too. But I'm not telling him not to throw a punch. I'm talking about, and I'm not gonna throw anybody underneath the bus. But I'm talking about your job is to keep the fighters safe. So you got to be mobile, especially if you have a shortcut. Take that shortcut.
Yeah, because the thing that I noticed was he went around. The ref went around. Some of the, like you said, 3. Those were those shots.
We're gonna invite the refs next week to the show. Next Tuesday and Wednesday. I want to invite them both on there.
And see what. Yeah, because
I'm not gonna bring that up, and we're just gonna bring it up and let him bring it up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say there was a complaint, but there's always a concern.
Yeah.
I mean, but here it is, and I don't mean to touch on, and I don't mean to touch on it too much, Mike. But okay, he stopped it too soon. I could have continued. Yeah. Okay, now he stopped it too late.
Yeah.
No, but now he stopped it too late, which he don't want either. So it's just it is what it is.
It's tough, but like I get it, 100,000. Yeah, give me every single shot, but the way he fell, it was like, I mean, it wasn't like he just
I'm not talking about that 100,000. I'm talking about dudes is not going to stop.
Exactly. Yeah, he's not. Exactly. You're not going to stop throwing punches because you're like, well, if the ref's not going to stop it, I'm going to keep swinging and towel because you never know. It's just like when Anderson Silva knocked out Bisping. He walked away. Bisping comes back and wins the fight because Silva thought that was it. Yeah. So I understand why, Bullet kept swinging, but the ref's got to save him.
Only Mark Hunt walks away.
Exactly.
That's the Cole walk away, man.
But so I get it, but I just felt like the ref after maybe 1 or 2 punches, okay, jump in there because he had him mounted and he was landing them straight in the face. It wasn't like they were wide punches; they were going straight.
What's your take on that?
He didn't have him mount him. He had his left knee on his belly and he was pinching in to keep him there. And I feel when he was throwing
do you want him to tap you out, dude? Because he'll like freaking go tuck and everything. I've seen it.
Body mass matters, and I'll run from him. Body mass. Haven't you seen the Hulk with Loki? Haven't you seen it? It's true.
Okay,
hey,
I believe
there's
you.
weight classes, and I know my fights, but
I know.
With those left hooks, I feel like Quintana, right? Is it Quintana?
Yeah. Quintana was the one on top.
Yeah, he felt Mexico's pressure coming up still, which is why he kept going. Even his elbows were on the floor, but his chest was coming up. He was still trying.
Yeah, he was trying to.
Even blacked out. He was, and if I'm on top, feeling that pressure, I'm going. No, I could see if he went limp as a noodle, I'll put my hands up. But there's a difference.
If we can pop that on the screen for them, I mean, they'll find out exactly what it's talking about. Because
at the end of the day, you can't get too mad at the ref because it's the same thing. Yeah, it's $100,000. Give me every single shot. Because any fighter, if they get, you could get knocked out cold. I mean, the dude from Argentina was knocked out cold for a second.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing, Mike. I didn't look until it was brought to my attention. I didn't look. I didn't say, okay, well, this should have happened. I guess I was just kind of caught up in that whole awe.
Yeah, that's how. I mean, we were stuck, and then like later on, I remember sitting there like. He probably took a couple shots that he shouldn't have taken. So
I love that screen there, right there.
Yeah, there was a couple ones that he shouldn't have taken. So
but good with the bad.
Besides that, it was a great event. The fights were awesome. I mean, I already have people asking me, "Hey, when's the next one? When are they coming back? I want to go." Wherever you can put me at, I don't care if I'm high up there or if I'm down there. Just get us in, and it was incredible.
Well, I mean, and I know when they have another event, I mean, they open the door, and we're going to continue to do what we do. Actually, we got a nice we had nice interviews coming out. I mean, the Fighter's Voice does have content. So after the show, early this evening, or for sure first thing in the morning, you go to the website and please subscribe. Okay, the Fighter's Voice YouTube channel, thefightersvoice.com. The website, you'll have all those interviews there because we did talk to the champ. We did talk to Karina. My man just jumped ship right here. I mean, he just said after he started celebrating already. And I can't even go backstage right here. But he's here on the show, so we did the next best thing. And that's the way we do things, man. When the Fighter Voice goes to an event, we don't just sit down and watch the event.
We're not on our phones.
No, we take care of and if there's not an opportunity, we create an opportunity. Exactly. And that's what I like about our team. We're there. There's nobody just walking around. If you're there, you're picking up a camera and you're working your butt off. Yeah. Plain and simple. So, Mike, tell us about the MMA event. Switch it over there and talk about Max Holloway's victory.
That was, I was impressed. I mean, he, and that one too, as you said, 100,000, that was a title on the line.
Yeah.
Ortega's not going to stop. He's not going to quit. Once you get to that point, you're not going to give up. But, I mean, he took a beating. And the heart he showed was impressive, but he took a beating.
How did that fight end?
They stopped it after the 4th round.
Yeah,
broken nose, I believe.
That's right,
his
going
face.
Into the fifth,
and Holloway actually called it before that. He said, "This is it. This is the last round." So.
And he answered a lot of questions because his talent was never in doubt, but it was always his health. And now they're throwing names at him like McGregor, Khabib, and what I would love to see him and Tony Ferguson.
I would love to see that fight. Yeah.
So he's kicking back going, okay, I'm in the driver's seat, and he's earned it.
Yeah,
exactly. He really has because he
answered all the questions.
And a lot of people, they're still going to say, well, who was that guy? Okay, he was just hot, but what did he do? It doesn't matter. He made him, I'm no offense to him, he made him look just ordinary. I don't like to use the word novice, but he made him look ordinary because
But there's a reason you get a title shot in these things. There's a reason. You have to win fights to get there. It's not like you lose 2 in a row and, hey, we're going to throw you in there to fight for UFC title. No, you have to win.
Now, these names right here, McGregor, Khabib, Tony Ferguson, which matchup would you like for Max? What do you think is interesting?
They're all interesting. I would probably want to see him against McGregor. Just because when they fought, it was when they were both a little more new to the UFC.
Right.
And I think both of them have improved dramatically.
Well, both of them have, yeah.
So I would love to see it again because I think Max had an ACL tear or something like that in that fight. Or McGregor did, but Max was hurt too. So, I mean, if they were both at 100%, who knows what happens
Going into this fight, I'm sure you had something that wasn't completely healed, right? I mean, every fight you go in there with something, right?
Man, you know what? This was the first fight ever, and I'm glad I could say it. I literally went in 100%.
Well, the only thing that was hurt was your feelings, man, because you asked me to buy you a steak afterwards, and I couldn't find you.
Yep.
But I will take care of you next time.
My man. That's my man.
The last time he was on the show, he said, Rich, don't worry, man. He goes, I was cutting weight, man. I was all moody. I was all quiet and stuff.
Oh, dude.
My man has dance move. My gosh. I saw him. Well, I'm not going to say where they were. I'm not really going to plug them, but my man's light on his feet.
Man, you sure were that. Man.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, he was
I'm a
there.
lightweight already, and I won, and, you know.
No, you had a good time. That was very well deserved. I'm just saying you were celebrating, you had a good time, and you did everything responsibly, man, and I appreciate that. And that's why you're back on the show, man. And you know what? This shirt right here, someone snatched it. So somebody's wearing one, and it's okay. Did you show off the shirt?
I did not.
Well, here we go, right here. Bam.
Guys.
That's what's up right there. Oh, yeah. We're going to rock that and support it, man. Big time.
Still in stock right now. You let me know.
How much are they?
$20.
$20, my man. Check this out. Get a hold of the Fighter's Voice. We have some printing in the front. We have some in the back right here. Check this out right there. Yeah. Support my man, bud. $20, man. It helps him with camp. And you see this new hat right here? It's a demo hat. It's not complete. It hasn't been released. And let me know what you think. They're going to be going out. I don't even know what the price is. Dying Breed Apparels. It'll be rocking this logo on some beanie caps. And, hey, all for you guys. Every fighter has a voice. I got to ask you again, man, one time. Now, I know you're relaxing. I know you're chilling. And I know you probably want to jump into camp or just maybe rest. What's going on? Was this the last one for the year?
Yeah. I told my guy, don't call me for the rest of the year.
Okay.
I'm good. I told
My lists are calling.
They already called. Oh, man, this whole weekend I got stuffed. I was done. Like, today I had to eat clean just because of how bad I was eating.
Okay.
But, yeah, this 2017 and 18, it was just right after the next one, right after the next one, right after the next one. I had a goal this year, get pro, get 3-0, be done. Unfortunately, I had one fallout on the Tachi card, but I was able to come back and get this 2-0 and end up on top at the end of 2018.
No, the first words out of my mouth is when you got that victory is I told Mike, I go, this kid's for real. Mm-hmm. That's what I told him. And in wrestling, yes, very, very well-rounded game.
Thank you.
Very well-rounded.
Yeah, because as he said, Nate, I mean, you had him in positions, and that kid was just flying out.
Yeah.
I was like, man, like how's he doing that? Because you had the good position. It was just he was quick.
He was tough. He
and
was
then
super tough.
And you never got rattled. Like you weren't frustrated that man. You were just like, all right. So that was composure, and that's the same thing we said. You know what? He's got composure.
No. I want to touch up on that. And I want to touch on a comment that we got about the referees. I'll do that as soon as the commercial breaks because these are very well respected refs. This wasn't their first rodeo. Things happen, and you know what? Things happen because we're gonna go to commercial break and come right back here. Remember the Fighter's Voice.
I'm Bob Arum, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
My name is Andre Ward.
Knocking out the competition.
Fighter's Voice!
The Fighter's Voice.
Hey, welcome back to Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show, knocking out the competition. If you're just joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one, the only, born and raised Fresno, California, Mr. Paul-Elizondo, who was victorious this past Friday at Copa Combate, Save Mart Center. It was a great victory. And once again, we welcome him to the show. So if you have any questions and comments, which I'm reading right now, hey, let us know and I'll address them to Paul. Paul, how does it feel to know that, you got a whole show dedicated to you because of your victory? And this is only the beginning. There's more to come.
Yeah, I believe so. It feels good, and I appreciate you guys giving me the stage tonight. It was awesome. You guys gave me the call, and I'll be here.
No, I appreciate that too. And just, we try to keep it hospitality for everybody. I mean, our house is your house, tu casa,
Mm-hmm.
Our casa, tu casa.
Right.
Let me fix that a little bit. Mike, you got me going. You started talking about tamales, man, and I got to warn you, don't ever mention tamales unless you have some. Okay.
I'm gonna be working on that over the next couple weekends.
Make sure you bring some and bring some for the whole team too, man. Let's do that. I got a question here. It says I have a question for Paul. Posted right here. Here's a chance to have it live. Let me see what it says. Oh wow, really?
Get ready.
Paul, do you have a girlfriend?
I do not.
Okay. Well, this question's Paul does not have a girlfriend, not right now, but he's working on something. He has something in the mix.
Yeah. I do
okay. And it says about the referees. Okay, these are Central Valley refs. What do you expect? Hey, these guys have done Tachi.
They're CSAT.
These guys have done UFC. Big Guy has done UFC.
Yeah.
Mark has, you name it, he's been all around the world. I mean, he's been up and down this whole valley right here. I mean, so he's put his time in. And you know what, I will say this, it's just like a fighter. You show up one day, the cage locks, and sometimes the jab just isn't coming out. It's kind of an off day. So you adjust and do its best.
Exactly. So like I tell my wrestlers the same thing. We have we show our moves to them, and they want to do it one different way, and it's like, well, guys, if I get 5 of us and I have us draw a table with a Pepsi can on side of it, everyone's gonna have that same picture. But if we put them on top of each other, it's not the same. So it's like it's art, and even as a referee, I mean, we're gonna make mistakes, but hopefully we learn from that. That's the reason why we have footage. So it feels good. Hopefully they do learn from it.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Shoot. We had double. My phone was tripping right now, man. I guess I need the new 10, huh? Is that maybe that's the whole thing?
The 10S Max.
Oh, you'd be surprised at all this two today, man.
You'd be surprised on what phone I'm rocking.
What phone are you rocking?
I think it's the 7 or the
Don't
6.
Say the company. They ain't paying us, but you know. Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. No, that's right. Shoot, you should see the phone my man has, the Invisible Man. Oh, it's legit. It is legit. It makes it work. Now I'm giving him a hard time, man. But we had a good conversation today, man. In 2019, I'm excited. Mike, we just got some things that are just in the works. And I don't want to be that guy. You know when you buy a new car? Oh, yeah, and then I'm going to get rims. And then I'm going to put a stereo. And then if you look right here, I don't want to be that guy. Nope. We'll let it happen once it's confirmed. But December 22nd, The Fighter's Voice, we're going to have a special live stream team that day. I'm not even going to let you know where we're going to be or what we're going to do. I just want to make sure it's 100% confirmed. I mean, the man gave me his word himself. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be the interview of all interviews. It's going to be the show of all shows. So right before Christmas too, man. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. Mike, you talked to me earlier. You wanted to give your wishes to Mr. Stevenson.
Yeah, the Adonis Stevenson. I mean, you know, a lot of people have said things about him because of their personal feelings towards him.
Yeah.
Any man or woman that gets into the ring, the cage, whatever, at that point has the utmost respect because this man's fighting for his life now. I mean,
and those of you that don't know, the WBC light heavyweight champion of the world, he got his first loss in defeat. I believe he was stopped in the ninth or 10th. Ninth. I thought it was the 11th round.
Oh yeah,
the ninth round
against the Nail. I can't even say his name. His last name is hard, but they just call him the Nail. There's a reason for it.
Not Lomachenko.
No. Oh, he's part of his team though. He's part of his team.
And to lose a fight is one thing. Everybody loses a fight, or they've had moments where they've got knocked down. Well, this man's got knocked down. He got counted out, and unfortunately that evening he fell into a coma. They induced him in a coma, and now he's fighting for his life. And his lifespan, it kind of went from he's doing better to it kind of went back to all eyes are on you. So we take this time as the Fighter's Voice to keep them in prayer. So if you guys, I mean, just keep them in prayer, man. I mean, if you're a boxing fan, if you're an MMA fan, you know what it takes, you know what's going on. And these guys, we take our hats off to them because it's just not them walking into the cage. It's the fact that they're able to walk out of the cage.
Exactly.
Some are able to walk out, and unfortunately, some are not.
They're putting their lives on the line every fight because I mean, you never know. It didn't look like any of those punches were something we've never seen before, but I mean, look what's happening now. So.
Well, I saw that fight, and I also saw Gerald McClellan. Mm-hmm. And and when he went down, and I remember it just kept itching out his eye, and your body starts to tell you something.
Yep.
And Nigel against Nigel Benn, and in my opinion, I thought the fight could have stopped in the first round. I want to say Sean Gibbons, class act. I appreciate it once again, man. You and both your mom, the thumbs up for Richie, man, and taking it nationwide. Sean, we're gonna get together. We're gonna work on something global. We're gonna work on something that's just. And it's not about me. It's not about it. It's just something that needs to be said. And then we're going to find out and put all the pieces together, and viewers and listeners are going to know exactly why we do what we do. But Sean, you're instrumental in this too, and you're going to be a big part of the puzzle. And we'll get together and we'll talk personally about that. But I do want to say, class act, appreciate that.
Yeah, big Viva to Sean, and everybody that knows him knows what that's for, man.
Big Viva
that
to
dude
Sean.
Is amazing, man.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
So real quick, I'll just jump into this about the weekend. So for boxing. We already spoke about MMA, Holloway. Joanna lost again. I hope she goes back to 125. I think cutting that weight's too much for her.
115. She fought at 125.
No, she fought at 115. She fought under against Savchenko, right? Yeah, she fought at 115.
Was bigger than her. I thought she fought a lot, lost to.
No, she cut weight to fight at that weight.
Yeah, she did because there was a new bout at stake.
Yeah, so I hope she goes back to her regular weight. I just don't know if she's going to get another. She's probably going to have to win 3 or 4 more times to get a shot at Rose again, but.
Well, for a while, she was dominating the division, and she was dominating every fighter out there and just getting in their mindset.
Yeah, but
and
that's not happening
no
no more.
To her. No, they just caught up to her.
But I hope she does come back because I do enjoy watching her fight. So now going to boxing Saturday. I mean, we had the Lomachenko card. He struggled. I'm hearing people talk about he should go up 140, fight hometown Jose Ramirez. Nothing against Lomachenko. I don't believe he could go up higher than 135. I think
he's not beating Jose Ramirez. And you know what? If you got something to say, put it on here. Lomachenko is not touching Jose Ramirez. At 140 pounds, Jose Ramirez stops him.
No disrespect. Lomachenko is one of my favorite fighters. He's one of the best fighters in the world.
Hold on. I'm not disrespecting him. I'm going to call it the way it is.
I feel the same way.
Jose Ramirez knocks out Lomachenko in the 9th round.
I feel the same way.
Period at 140 pounds.
I feel he beats him. And it's nothing against him, because some people are going to say, it's because he's hometown. No.
Big bank, little bank.
It just showed right there on Saturday.
Big bank, little bank.
The 2 fights at 135, he struggled.
Big bank, little bank.
He struggled at 135. Not struggled, but he didn't have the same effect as he does in the other fights.
No, I know.
So, 140, I just think that's too big. They still talk about Pacquiao. At first, I was like, he probably beats Pacquiao. Now I'm like,
Lomachenko is bad, though. He does got that corner. He does got that lateral movement.
You know what? That movement and the footwork, I think, keeps him in a fight with anybody. But it's just once you get hit so many times by somebody that much bigger than you, it's going to be a problem.
Except somebody that has a supreme body attack.
Yep. And then if you watch the fight on Saturday, you've seen Pedraza get him to the body a few times. So, I understand it there. But so he won. It was a good, solid performance, but it wasn't as dominating. And that's also a credit to him because of how badly he was dominating fighters, that a really good, solid performance against another champion is considered – you didn't look that good. That's how you know you're a great fighter, when one of a really good fight is like, you did okay. So he won. The takeover to Filio Lopez. I mean, we've been talking about this kid.
Yeah, you have.
Impressive, man. Yeah. I mean, 1-punch knockout over a veteran. I mean, he was out before he hit the ground.
Yeah,
he hit the ground. His leg shook. I mean, that was impressive. That kid's going somewhere. Now I would love to see him and Lomachenko at the end of next year. That would be a great fight, in my opinion.
That'd be interesting. Yeah, I can see that happening.
So,
yep.
Heisman pose. That kid's a superstar. That kid's a superstar in the waiting right now. I spoke to him and his dad last year out here when Jose fought. His dad is hilarious, man. You
know what? Speaking of superstars, I'm going to go there real quick right before the commercial break. I got one question for you, the viewers, the streamers, the listeners, the competitors, and just the ones who just want to just hang around. How about them Cowboys? How about those Cowboys? Now, I better not say anything. We still got 3 games left, and we need to treat it as such.
You got the refs on your side, though. Don't worry about it.
Oh, my gosh. We're not going over there like that, man.
You got the refs on your side.
Big bank, little bank.
All right, so for that, though, no disrespect. Hey, Saturday, everybody in the Valley, support the Bulldogs. They're going up against Arizona State, Las Vegas Bowl. Let's get this win, get that 12th win, show the Pac-12. Fresno is nobody to mess with.
That's right, no one to mess with. And these commercials aren't no one to mess with. We'll be coming right back, and we're here with the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show.
I'm Bob Arum, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
My name is Andre Ward.
Of the competition.
Fighter's Voice!
The Fighter's Voice.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Fighter's Voice. This is Paul-Elizondo.
Man, sounds like a radio host to me. This is only the beginning. The man does get behind the microphone. Those of you just joining again, my man is here. Professional MMA, undefeated. Fresno's born and raised, getting ready to take the 559, 209, whatever else somebody's behind, in control, and just rock it. You know what I mean? We could have said that last comment for the podcast.
You got it.
Yes. No, we were talking about some different topics. We were talking about Lomachenko. We were talking about Jose Ramirez. I almost say Julio Cesar Chavez. What a comparison, huh? Because we were talking about the left hook to the body. Yes. I do want to say I'm hearing good things. I tapped into Isidro Ochoa's training camp. I'm hearing, man, he is just doing wonderful. He has Charles Tremblay in there. He has Mikey Garcia, a champion walking around, trained by Robert Garcia. Jose Ramirez pulled him off to the side. Man, should I? No, I just can't give away secrets. And just showed him a little something. I mean, when somebody pulls you off to the side, people told me this. When people told me this, when someone pulls you off to the side who is a world champion and says, hey, try this, try that, you just absorb it and soak it up. I mean, I can't wait to have you back on the show, my man. And I know you're going to be fighting again. I'm not going to say when, but Jose Ramirez is in the news. He's getting ready to announce when he's fighting. A lot of people think they know when it's happening, but we don't know for sure. And respectfully, we're going to wait till it's officially announced by his manager / advisor / mentor / big brother / when I knock somebody out, bring me a couple Coronas, Mr. Rick Meridian, because, you know, the man's already hustling. He can't wait to go. You know, he's like, you know, like that
I don't
bridge.
think that man takes a break.
No, you know, like that bridge that's just, it's just the water, the dam's getting ready just to let loose. And his skin is starting to just act like water. I mean, it's just getting ready just to let loose. Because when the man promotes, look out. Because you actually hear the music like Jaws, like a shark. And everybody out there, every sponsor out there, every venue out there is red meat, and he's about to attack it and eat it up, man.
Yeah.
So
Does a great job.
Oh, yeah, it does. We got to get him on the show.
Yep. Definitely.
Big bank, little bank. We got to get him on the show, my man. Speaking of show, man, I'm looking forward to 2019, but we still have some few 2018 weekends coming up right here. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but we're going to do something very special for you for Christmas, the listeners, the viewers, the fans, and you know, we got some little things that we're writing down and putting together, man. So, Mike, I know you're involved in that. You're highly involved in that, and we got to get you back. If we do something, because we did like a toy drive, but I just think it could have been, because of everything else going on, it could have been a little, there could be more toys out there for the kids. So we do something, and we need your input, man, just to say, hey, exactly, let's get some toys out there for these kids.
You guys let me know. I won't hesitate.
Absolutely, man. And in 2019, our show is going to go on Tuesdays. It's going to stay at Tuesdays, and we would always come at you on Wednesdays, but we're going to be going at you on Thursdays. So that Wednesday, something special is going to happen. I mean, the team don't even know that was what was offered to the table. I'm going to let them know after this. And I'll let them know when I sit them down to dinner on me. And then we're going to talk about this, because it's about building the brand. It's about being the man. And it's just entertaining you, the fan. So enough said, man. Give us some cheese man.
That's some of the cheese man right there. I'm going to have to call him back after that.
Hey, well, who is that? Who was that?
I can't let that out. There's some secrets that's coming out.
And still, I didn't get Michelle's new number.
Oh, that's right. I'll get that to you. But
okay.
Yeah, that's a little bit of news there.
Okay.
So we heard last week that Super Series was having problems.
Yes. It was something about checks in the mail?
Checks in the mail weren't getting to
big
certain
bank,
fighters.
little bank.
Talked to a couple. It's all good.
Okay. So we're back in the mix.
So it's supposed to go back on, from what I've heard.
Good. Good.
So yeah, I mean, I want to see Reed just keep fighting, because I know when he fights Ramirez, that's going to be huge here.
Oh, that's pay-per-view.
So yeah, I mean,
that's pay-per-view.
Me and Reed just have gone back and forth about it. He knows it's pay-per-view. The world's going to know it's pay-per-view, so I want to see that. So that's still on. Friday, we have Sudo Ramirez taking on Jesse Hart, the rematch.
Bro, that's going to be, man, I'm looking forward to that.
Michaela Mayer, one of the up-and-coming girl fighters here that there is also on that card.
Did we thank Karina? Karina did a wonderful job. Also, Karina with the victory, my man.
Karina, impressive.
Karina, I'm waiting for the shirt. I had my feria. I was trying to get the shirt, and that interview will be coming out, right, KP? Yes, man.
Karina, you need to respond to Kay. Is that her name? Kay?
Well, she said the money's right.
No. She left a little comment on her little Instagram after the fight.
Who did?
Kay.
No, she didn't. What'd she say?
So give
me the cheese, man.
Let's just say the original video where Karina was like, "Oh, you're so beautiful."
Yeah. She told Karina that.
No, Karina told her that.
Oh, did she? She played with her head game?
She said, "You're so beautiful."
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then
in the fight, in the cage.
Yeah, in the cage. Kay's little response was, "Oh, this is what's going on in here. Inside of my head is, fight me, you little." We'll leave that for the podcast. But that was the little response, and I was like, "Ooh, okay, all right."
Well, let's bring it in Fresno.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring it back. Oh,
wow.
Now, Kay is a bad fighter. I want to see that though. I would love to see that fight. And yeah, like as Campbell said, the money will be right. So.
Yeah, I like that. Man, he just reassures everything. He just basically co-signed everything by that.
Yeah, he does not play. It's great.
I wanted to ask you, man, what did it make you feel like as soon as your name was announced and you're walking down there, and just the energy and being in that hometown in Fresno? How did that make you feel walking in there? That was actually going to be one of my opening questions.
Yeah.
But I was fighting traffic, man.
So I'm warming up in the back, and
don't be shy with the mic. Make it your friend.
Yeah. My opponent was going before me. He was in the blue corner, so I see him on stage, and he jumps up there, and this guy is loose as a noodle. He's in the back of my head. I'm thinking like, this guy is gonna tear me up, or he has no idea what's about to come to get down on him. Yeah. And he's dancing. And I saw that during the fight, when it's fight mode. It's if he's gonna do 5 push-ups, I'm gonna do 6. If he's gonna do 5 burpees, I'm gonna do 10. Okay. I seen him dancing. I looked at my guy. I was like, I'm not dancing, bro. I'll tell you that much right now. Not right now. After, which after I'll drive. So, yeah, once I got up there, I put my arms up, I looked, I said, whoa, here we go. we're here.
Yo.
So yeah, walking up there, I got Vaselined up and closed my eyes. He was touching me up, and when I opened my eyes, I told myself, once I open my eyes, it's game time.
You had that look on you.
Yeah.
You really did.
You have to be able to flip
and
that
I
switch,
was
man.
curious because I wanted to see how it was going to go, because we had him on the show, and I will say he's a great showman.
Yep.
He's
energetic.
He's a great entertainer.
Dude.
But at the end of the day, you got to be able to fight. I think he has a lot of things going for him as far as like entrepreneur type. Even he has a young, bright career if he gets the right camp behind him.
But I mean, not to take anything away from him, he was tough in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, he's got skills.
Tough.
Yeah.
I mean, he had wrestling. He wrestled in high school. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference that happens to a man when he gets just dipped. That second one, like I said,
the second one,
I was concerned. I saw the neck kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could train wrestling and have it good. I mean, even a high caliber wrestler will have trouble the first 45 seconds to a no wrestler street fighter. And this guy was mentally tough already. I mean, he was looking at me, stone cold, like he was ready to go, and I had to do the same thing back. And after the first one, he got up. The second one, the tough one, the hard one, I said, "Ooh, he ain't going to back up." He got back up, and I was like, "Here he comes again." I kept taking him down, and sooner or later, he stopped after a while. He was able to. There's a silent agreement in MMA that says without the wrestlers, we're just going to stand toe to toe. But when I took him down, there was the silent agreement. Okay, go ahead and do your thing for a little bit. Let me catch my breath.
There you go. Yeah, I remember he was on top of you, but he wasn't working. And referee Lawler.
Even
and we were talking about that.
Yeah, we're like, you got to work.
He needs to get busy.
Yeah, what do you guys think about it? Because
you got to work. He was on top, but it was more like it wasn't no punches, no movements, no advancements. So it was like, stand him up.
Yeah, I watched the fight back at home, the English version, and the American commentators gave me not that many props, more of him, but they were questioning, like, why are they standing him up? And I was like, well, when I was on top, I was at least every 10 seconds throwing a punch or pushing forward. When he was on top, he was just holding. He didn't know what to do. He was like, oh, my God, I'm glad I'm right here.
Whoever the commentator was, have him email the ref. Only the referee knows. I mean, like, you're going to know. Come on, man. I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, different strokes for different folks.
Everybody there agreed. You should have stood up. You got to stand up at that point.
I agree.
Hey, my man's going to be in a movie with Willis, man. He is, and we'll talk about that later, man. I got to identify this dude. The guy in the back there, man, making all the noises. Yeah, he's a... Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of talent in here, and there's a bunch of eagles at the door. It's all good, man. But I like that because we balance it out, man. And big props to Bobby. Bobby, that was a great meeting / dinner / appreciation. I appreciate that, Bobby. Much love, man. Much love. And what do they call the kitty cat girls or something? Kitty cats.
Kitty talk.
Kitty talk. And then Rap Nation or
Hip hop.
Hip Hop Nation. Hip hop scene, my man. Shoot. Yeah, they had it going on, man.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, before I forget, Canelo, Rocky Fielding, Saturday. The Zone app, like we were just talking about. If you don't have it, free trial for a month, $10 after that.
The Zone, not dancing.
Yeah, The Zone, Saturday.
The Zone. It sounds like dancing, but The Zone. The Zone.
Yeah, it's on Saturday. Have a great card lined up. So, hey.
Hey, we're gonna talk about it more, too, when we come back on the Fighter's Voice Knockout Radio Show.
Hi, I'm Oscar De La Hoya.
I'm Bob Arum.
Hi, I'm Robert Garcia, and I'm with the Fighter's Voice.
The only radio show knocking out the competition. Fighter's Voice Radio Show.
And you already know who it is. It's Big Mike here with the Fighter's Voice. Every fighter's had his voice, and so do you. And here
so
it is.
do you, the fans. Hey, check this out, ladies and gentlemen. The Fighter's Voice, man, is the only voice that matters. And, as you know, we're knocking out the competition. Being said that, we got a lot of news coming your way, man. We still have some we're going to squeeze in because my man here, some of the questions that were addressed to him, if I didn't get to him in time, you can ask him personally. You can subscribe to his channel, his IG, and let everybody know how they can get a hold of you and stay in contact with you, my man.
Yeah. On Facebook, I'm just at Paul-Elizondo, and Instagram, it's Paul Jr. 125. I'm mostly on Instagram.
Okay, you got an IG though, man? I know you got a Twitter. You got a
no Twitter. But my sponsors, thank you so much for CMS, Joni Safarian, Robbie Pauline, Casey Call at the Bodybuilding, all my coaches, Halo Jiu-Jitsu, Halo, Rudy Cruz, Stephen Bollinger, and Jake Stanton.
you got to thank somebody, man, who just had that table full of those shots for you. You better thank them too, man.
And my man Richard-Ortiz.
Man, that's what's up right there. My man just walked right in and said, bam. And that's what we do, man. We don't just have you on the show. We follow you. We support you. And, hey, we'll cheer with you. I mean, because that's who we are. I mean, the voice never stops. We continue to interact with people because you guys make the show. The show belongs to you. Mm-hmm. Now, while we're talking about this, please, I don't want to lose the word. Yeah, go ahead. Subscribe to the channel, guys, at The Fighter's Voice on IG. The YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/The Fighter's Voice. The website, thefightersvoice.com. My man is working on it as we speak. He's going to revamp it. He's going to give it life, recreate it. And as you also say in radio, you always got to reinvent yourself constantly, man, because nobody wants the old segments in and out, or they want music coming in or coming out, or hearing people breathe. We got to keep it exciting. And I want to give a big shout out to, who's Nate Willis? He's a broadcaster. Oh. You know who that is? No, Dan Wells. I'm sorry, Dan Wells. He said, I listened to your stuff. I'm going to give it to so-and-so and so-and-so. And you know what I told him? I said, I appreciate the compliment. But that gets kind of frustrating sometimes. Yep. When people say, hey, Richard, man, you should be here or you should be there. Can you go tell them that? So we can get there. But I truly believe, you know, we call things as if they're not, as if they are. And last night I made a statement. I appreciate Fresno. I love Fresno, but for all the haters and competitors, you guys can have Fresno. We're looking beyond Fresno. We're looking global and to come back and embrace Fresno, man, because we love you, Fresno. But I also got mad love for the 209. I do. I really do. Big shout out Gabriel Flores Sr., Blake. Oh, Blake got some news to drop, man. I mean, who? McKernan. Yes, McKernan. He got some news to drop, man. Don't leave us hanging there, bro, because I'm reading into your stories, bro. I'm going to call you direct or just drop that news because we support you over there, man. I mean, we're right there with you. Isidro, keep putting in work with the Garcia camp, and your time's coming. It's around there. We've talked about it. So much stuff we talked about personally. I don't want to say on the air. I want you to say it. The 22nd, mark your calendars, December 22nd. We're going to step out the box. We're going to broadcast live in a certain area with a certain someone. We're going to keep you hanging with anticipation, and we're going to come home and we're going to deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I dedicate this show to my son, and we're going to be working on some stuff in 2019 with a thumbs up for Richie. Promotions and Foundation. As always, I dedicate this show to my son. Without him, I wouldn't be here. And he'd be here too, but he's putting in work upstairs with the main boss himself. So, as always, man, send your questions and comments. We're here for you guys. Tomorrow's going to be a kick-ass podcast show, and we'll be coming back, and we'll be giving it all to you. As always, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Okay, fight fans, it's not goodbye, but until next week. Remember, it's always voiceography at its finest. So on behalf of Richard-Ortiz, Cole-Escovedo, the special guests, and all the crew right here at the Kick-Ass Podcast, saying hasta luego, babies. And always, thanks for listening.